What's up, everybody, and welcome to another edition of Rage in a Cage with BamBam and Schwaggs. I'm your host, Frank BamBam Horak. With me, as always, my co-host, Mikey Schwaggs.
Hey Frank, how's it going? It is a wonderful, beautiful morning out, and I don't care if it was raining, sleeting, snowing, it would still be beautiful to me.
Absolutely great day. We have a great show for you.
Great, hell of a show.
Talking about the Super Bowl, and then we got UFC 143 to talk about as well. But first, let's get into the Super Bowl 46. It was a great game. Every time the Patriots and Giants get together, it's a great game, and this was no different. An absolute great game. Have I mentioned it was a great game?
Yeah, I think you mentioned it about 15 times already.
It was a great game.
Yes, it was. It lived up to all expectations for the rematch from Super Bowl 42, and I think it exceeded expectations. Would you say it was better than the first Super Bowl matchup?
I don't want to compare the two. I mean, as a Giant fan, they were both great. I mean, that first one in 07, the Patriots 18-0, so going into that one, I don't know. This game, though, definitely pretty much went as we thought it was going to go.
Yeah, it did.
We pretty much said it was going to be extremely close going into the fourth quarter, and then the better team was going to pull away and win that game. And the Giants were the better team. Let's just put it that way. I mean, you look at time of possession, 37 minutes the Giants had the ball, to the Patriots 22. I mean, that's a huge difference. The Giant defense did a great job. They had 17 points with that Patriot offense. That was the fewest points they scored all year.
Yep.
So, I mean, they did a hell of a job. I mean, obviously, they got helped out a little bit. There was a couple of drop passes, but, it's part of the game.
Yeah, it is part of the game. Well, let's get right into the game. And Patriots won the coin toss, and they deferred.
Which, I mean, that was no big deal.
Expected.
I mean, the Patriots, and even if the Giants won the coin toss, they would have most likely
usually
took the ball anyway.
they receive it.
So that wasn't a big deal.
Giants, they looked good on their first opening drive. They were driving the ball down the field until Eli got 2 back-to-back sacks.
Yeah.
That killed the drive.
They looked pretty much great on every drive. The Patriots defense played better than I thought they were going to play. I give them credit. They definitely play. They have more of like a bend but don't break type of a thing with their defense, and they gave up a bunch of yards. I mean, you look at the Giants. I believe they had 396 total yards for the game.
Mm-hmm.
They were moving the ball up and down. I mean, last show we talked about how when the Giants went into Foxborough and beat the Patriots, they didn't have Nix. They didn't have Bradshaw. You look at the games those two guys had.
They played pretty big parts.
Nix, the only receiver with double-digit catches, had 10 receptions, over 100 yards receiving. Bradshaw, that's right. Bradshaw had a big game. And one guy that we didn't talk about that didn't play in that first game was Chase Blackburn.
Chase Blackburn, what a game he had.
He was a great pickup. They didn't
The
sign him week 10.
The guy was a teacher during the middle of the season. He was teaching.
Well, listen, he was great with the Giants his first stint. I mean, he's not like,
he's
not going to mistake him for like an Urlacher, but
he's not a Pro Bowl caliber.
He's a solid player, smart player. It was a great interception he had. He just
I'll give that interception partly onto Gronkowski's injury too, because it didn't look like he was.
Yeah, but you look at that throw though.
He was more of a decoy throughout the whole game, I think.
He was. He definitely wasn't at 100%. But I mean, listen, you look at Aaron. They also have another great tight end, Aaron Hernandez, and he got
game.
With Gronkowski being limited, he got more looks.
14 targets he had throughout the game.
And you look at the Giants; their top 2 tight ends get hurt, have to leave the game.
Beckham got hurt early in the game, tore his ACL.
Real early, and then Ballard's had knee injuries all freaking season.
And you saw him on the sidelines. He was trying to come back in.
He tried.
He couldn't cut.
No, couldn't do it. But listen, Eli stepped up. I mean, basically, he was doing it with those three receivers.
Yeah, Manningham, Cruz, and Nix. And we said they had to have a big game for the Giants to be able to pull out the victory.
Yeah, we thought that was the biggest matchup on paper. They matched up well against the secondary. And again, to the Patriots' credit, the defense played better than expected.
Yeah.
But still, when it came down to it, though, Giants made the plays, and Eli. I tell you, it was being a Giant fan. It was a nerve-wracking game throughout until it got to late in the fourth quarter.
I had all
when
the
they
confidence.
had to go 88 yards in 4 minutes. I'm thinking, all right, 4 minutes. That's too much time for Eli.
Yeah.
I'm fine. That was the only time in that game where I actually relaxed. I knew we had the quarterback. He's been clutch.
And that should be the time where you're most nervous.
Yes, but no.
But you're most relaxed because you got Eli under center, and he's driving you down the field for a game-winning victory.
You know he's going to make the plays. And the first play to Manningham,
oh my goodness,
great play. They talk about the catch. It was a great catch, but the throw, I was more impressed with the throw. That was an absolute perfect throw.
Well, Eli said he makes that throw all the time in practice. It's muscle remembrance. I don't even think that's a word.
Probably not. We got what you're saying. Listen, another Super Bowl MVP for Eli. It was well deserved.
Did I
But
not say he was going to win one?
I believe he did. Good call by you. And I mean, listen, like Tuck said it the best though. Eli deserved it, but really, you could cut that MVP into 53 ways.
Yeah, seriously.
It was a complete team effort.
I'll give the MVP to Coughlin.
Listen, Coughlin, oldest coach ever to win a Super Bowl. Now with
MVC,
two.
most valuable
coach.
coach.
Now 2 Super Bowls for Coughlin. Now he's in the Vince Lombardi won 2. Don Shula won 2. His mentor Bill Parcells won 2. He's he's definitely, in my opinion, a Hall of Fame coach.
Oh yeah.
Look also what he did with Jacksonville, take an expansion team to 2 championship games.
Yeah, he's definitely should be in consideration for the Hall of Fame without a doubt.
Without question. And again, Eli deserved that MVP, going 30 for 40, 296.
Oh my God, what a game he had! He really
he played great.
Lights out.
Played clutch. They needed him to play clutch. And he did that one hell of a job.
I can't believe it, Frank. I'm flabbergasted right now. I really am.
It's a great day to be a Giant fan. I mean, you look at Eli now with the 2 Super Bowl MVPs. Only 5 quarterbacks have won multiple Super Bowl MVPs.
Yep.
Bart Starr, Joe Montana, Terry Bradshaw, Tom Brady, and now Eli Manning.
That's some pretty good company to be in right there.
It's unbelievable.
You know, when you mention who are the greatest quarterbacks of like all time, you got to put Eli somewhere in that.
Starting to get into that discussion.
Yeah,
no
somewhere in that
it.
discussion.
With that win last night too. Now
he's beaten Brady twice.
He's beaten Brady twice head to head, and now with that
and
win,
Belichick.
With that win last night, he's now 7-1 on the road or at neutral site games.
And that's
now
an
an
NFL
record. Yeah,
he
broke Terry Bradshaw's record. Now 7-1 on the road
it's
and
unreal.
on neutral sites. I mean,
unreal.
You don't get much better than that.
And if you compare his playoff record to Peyton Manning's playoff record, it's unreal.
Oh yeah, I mean Peyton's 9-10, Eli's 8-3. I mean, listen, they're both great quarterbacks, but Eli just, he's just
when the
clutch.
game is on the bigger
Absolutely.
stage, he finds a way to win. He really does.
He just makes the play. But again, obviously Eli was great, but it was an absolute team effort. Like I said, the defense played great. Justin Tuck showed why he's the defensive captain with those 2 sacks.
Yeah.
He caused the safety. I mean, they just played great.
Now let's talk about that safety because there's it's drawing a lot of criticism from, I guess, experts and fans around saying they don't know if, and that should have necessarily been intentional grounding.
I thought it was a good call by the refs.
I thought it was a great call.
I haven't heard too much criticism
refs.
from the experts. When everyone from ESPN, NFL Network, all said it was a safety.
I think it was Steve Young who might have said he's never seen an intentional grounding call where the ball's thrown down the middle of the field.
Personally, I never saw that either, but it was the right call.
No, yeah, it definitely was the right call. There was no
refs,
receiver anywhere near
him. The refs
him.
definitely got it right, and it was a great job.
Oh,
by Justin Tuck.
You know what he said? He said it was a route miscue. Supposedly Deion Branch, when you watch the overhead view, he ran instead of a post, which I guess Brady thought he was going to run. He kind of ran a little in route.
Yeah, 2 receivers running pretty much the same route, bro.
So,
hooks, yeah.
They're saying maybe that shouldn't have been intentional grounding because it was a route miscue, but no.
No, it
was definitely grounding, without a doubt.
Intentional grounding. It was a great call by the refs. Gave the Giants a nice early 2-0 lead. They went up 9-0, and then obviously the Patriots. Listen, Brady, again, you talking about Hall of Famers. He's a first ballot Hall of Famer.
Yes.
He played what the Patriots didn't. I heard now today coming here on the radio how Brady's getting ripped in Boston and stuff.
You think that's bad? His own wife was ripping him. I've seen video footage where she rips Brady apart, saying he couldn't throw the effing ball.
Are you serious?
Yes. Look it up.
Listen, New England didn't lose that game because of Tom Brady.
No,
I mean, look at his numbers.
Way.
I mean, once again, though, Eli outplayed Brady. That's basically what it came down to. But it's a team effort. You win as a team, you lose as a team. They did not lose that game because of Brady.
No.
I mean,
and everybody's talking about the Welker drop.
Yeah.
And saying that's a big reason that they lost too.
But drops are part of the game. It wasn't like the best throw by Brady though either. But you can't put that up because again, it's not a guarantee that then the Patriots are going to go.
Yeah, you don't know what's going to happen after that.
If he makes that catch, they're in field goal range. So say for argument's sake, they kick a field goal, then they're up by 5. Giants get the ball back, and then Eli. I still have all the confidence in the world that Eli's going to do his thing.
Welker was catching a lot of heat though for that drop pass, and I don't think he should be because.
Listen, he's been their best player. He was their best receiver in that game.
122 receptions throughout the year. I mean, come on.
It comes with the territory. If you win, you're going to get all the praise. If you lose, there's going to be criticism left and right on different guys. Oh, you should have did this. You should have did this. It's going to be dissected. Listen, it was a great game. 2 great teams. But as we said going into this game, the Giants were the better team.
And they showed it.
They showed it, exactly.
They really
went
did.
out and showed it.
I mean, That last fourth quarter drive, Eli. I would love to just be in the huddle and see what he was saying to his teammates.
Well, the thing with Eli, which makes him so clutch, is it could be the first quarter, 1st and 10, or it could be the fourth quarter,
The guy's got the
last play of the
same
game.
look on his
He has
face.
the
You
same-
would
yeah,
never
exactly.
be able to tell what the
No,
score of
I'm
the
sure
game
he's the
is.
same way in the huddle too. It's
No,
just,
yeah, I'm sure he's joking around in
So-
the huddle and everything.
That's what you need. I mean, that's what made Joe Montana so great. That's what's making Eli great now. You just be nice and relaxed. You don't get caught up in the situation. You just know, hey, it's a football game. You know you have the talent. You know you have the guys around you. And you just got to go out there and get it done. You got to execute. And that's what I mean. Coughlin was calling all season finish. You got to finish, and that's
Yeah.
exactly what they did.
They
I mean,
did.
listen, you leave 57 seconds on the clock for Brady to go 80 yards, but I had
I
confidence
was
in
a
the
little,
defense
I was
too.
a little
Well, you
scared.
got to be a little nervous with you got a quarterback in Tom
Brady.
Brady. You
It's
got
Tom Brady.
but you got the defense again. They
You know,
played.
when they got it to 4th and 16,
I know.
I was like, okay, all we need is one stop. He got the first down. Still nervous.
Yeah, no, listen, that's what Brady does. But he got the team to midfield again. You know, with Eli, you give Eli 58 seconds and one timeout to go 80 yards. I think he's getting them a little bit farther down the field, possibly even in that end zone. But
Mhm.
listen, Brady, they didn't
Well, that's
didn't
the
lose
thing.
because of Brady.
You can't count Eli and the Giants out until that clock hits 0-0-0.
Exactly. No, hey, listen, as a Giant fan, it was a great season. You look what they did, starting on Christmas Eve, beating the Jets, beating the Cowboys, getting into the playoffs, doing what they did.
They could have
Just-
quite possibly had the best run or slash finish, I think, in NFL history. Those last couple of
Well,
games.
it's certainly up there. I mean, they were the first team ever, first 9-7 team ever to win a Super Bowl. But again, you look at that record. You look at their schedule. I mean, you look, the Patriots were 13-3, but they only beat one team with a winning record. They had a much easier road to get
and
there.
their last loss before they went on that roll
Yeah,
was to the Giants.
I mean, tell you, again, Eli outplayed Brady. That's basically what it comes down to. And again, I'm not knocking Brady because he did not.
Nobody's
He's
knocking
not the
Brady.
reason that he lost that game.
No,
But
nobody's
it was just
knocking
the
him.
Giants were the better team.
He
It
did
was
make
just-
that one mistake, that interception though. That was
Yeah, that was
a pretty big mistake.
He made a couple of bad throws, but that's
He-
gonna
that
happen.
was
I give
also-
credit though to the Giants' defense. They
You know what,
really,
that
they
last-
played better than I thought.
that
they
last
would.
drive. There was a lot of drop passes too for Brady. You know, you had
Yeah.
to feel for him.
Well, that throw to the branch though went through Kenny Phillips' hands. Was a little behind him.
Hernandez though.
Hernandez, that was clear right in the hands. I think he just told the defense he was about to get smacked.
Yeah,
so
he
just
got
little
scared.
alligator arms.
Got a little shook.
That happens. I mean, that's what happens in the moment. You guys got to either step up or you wilter. And the Giants stepped up. Wilter, I think that's a word.
I guess.
Word. Word. Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Listen, Giants, 2 Super Bowls in 4 years. It was a great job. Great job by them. All right, we're going to wrap this up. When we come back, we're going to talk about UFC 143. Another great card, a new welterweight champion. We'll be back after this.